The gentleman from the great state of Texas, Mr. Gill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the witnesses for being here and testifying and taking the time. Mr. Pirtle, thank you as well. I want to start with you. Given the decline in personnel across BOP facilities, and we've got nearly 4,000 vacancies, do you believe it was a wise decision for the previous administration to put any resources at all towards gender-affirming care for BOP inmates?
As I said earlier, I think that it's such a small percent of the population. It's not the core issues that BOP is facing.
Right, and I certainly believe it's not a core issue we should be spending money towards.
I want to know why anyone would think that it's a good idea to have gender-affirming care delivered to people that are in prison. Like, why is that a thought that even entered anyone's mind? We have Brandon Gill talking once again about the wasteful spending that has been done under the Biden administration and how things are going to change and how Trump has done that, and just holding them accountable for all the terrible actions that they did under that administration with Biden. But before we get in there, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to Resist the Mainstream, because it ensures to YouTube that you're enjoying these videos, and in turn they'll continually show up in your feed and they'll push it out to more people. I'm Titus. Let's get into this video.
The gentleman from the great state of Texas, Mr. Gill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the witnesses for being here and testifying and taking the time. Mr. Pirtle, thank you as well. I want to start with you. Given the decline in personnel across BOP facilities, and we've got nearly 4,000 vacancies, do you believe it was a wise decision for the previous administration to put any resources at all towards gender-affirming care for BOP inmates?
As I said earlier, I think that it's such a small percent of the population. It's not the core issues that BOP is facing.
Right, and I certainly believe it's not a core issue we should be spending money towards. Is it also the case that BOP facilities are experiencing widespread deterioration and are in need of maintenance?
According to the Attorney General's inspector, the department's inspector general, literally every single facility faces deferred expenses, deferred maintenance expenses.
Yep. Do you think that there's additional stress that comes with perhaps some of the logistical challenges and safety concerns of housing transgender inmates with the opposite sex, and perhaps maybe that contributed to some of the low retention rates and hiring rates experienced at the BOP?
In all honesty, I couldn't say. Once again, I think that there are so many issues that go into the staffing issue. Did it play a part? Very well could have, but there are so many factors there.
And what about some of the anti-law enforcement rhetoric that we hear on the other side of the aisle, including from the former vice president, who once praised the defund the police movement? Do you think that that's contributed at all to some of the staffing challenges at BOP?
Well, I think the fact that law enforcement, prosecutors, corrections officers, I think that there's been an unfortunate trend. We've seen it in law school recruiting for prosecutors, that there's been an unfortunate trend to kind of demonize the entire field, regardless of wherever that has come from. I think that has been harmful. I think it's unfair to the people who go into that line of work.
Mm-hmm. In what role do you think DOJ can play in identifying waste and fraud at the BOP?
That is beyond my kin. I'm so sorry. No.
Any guesses?
Well, as I tell my kids, as with any very, very large institution, there's going to be waste and fraud, even when the vast majority of people are working in good faith. Mm-hmm. It never hurts. It's always good to pop the hood and check the oil and take a look at what's going on. So I think that the DOJ process I think it may turn out to be very, very beneficial. I think a lot of it is going to be able to inform you in your oversight activities to make decisions going forward.
Got it. Thank you very much. And Mr. Chair, with that, I'll yield the remainder of my time back to you.
I feel like that guy didn't really want to answer the questions. Like, talking about, oh, there's such a small percentage, as if that doesn't matter. Like, yeah, with a lot of noise and a lot of unnecessary, it doesn't matter how minimal there are people that are trying to change who they are. That's a lot of money in order to do those procedures. So anyways, and just sort of like I feel like when there's a lot of problems, someone are asking you questions and you kind of just avoid what they're saying. Well, there's a lot of contributing factors. And okay, like, can you acknowledge that might be a big one, a big factor? Yes, there's other things involved, obviously, but like, let's just be real about what's happening here. I just don't like when people try and gloss over questions. And I feel like that's what this guy was doing. I don't know who he is. I don't know his background, his history. I don't even know who he voted for. But I don't know. It's just interesting. Even with Doge, it's like he gave a pretty decent answer for someone who has no idea and it's not in his can. Anyways.
Gentleman from Texas is recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Chairman Arrington, for your leadership throughout this process. Mr. Speaker, President Trump delivered historic results. He is securing our border, restoring common sense, lowering costs, and reestablishing America's strength in the world, and he is stopping our tax dollars from funding woke, perverted projects that the other side of the aisle seeks to push.
Very grateful for that, because it's about time we stop wasting our money and putting it in things that American people don't even want to support. That's something that should not be allowed. I genuinely think we should vote on a lot more things as the American people than we do. Maybe there's a hot take. Like, I know we voted for the people to be in positions to like represent us, but half the time I feel like they don't, and they just be doing things where like, why is my money going to that? But that's besides the point. I am glad that they're trying to cut that wasteful spending.
But today, 60% of American taxpayers are facing rising taxes and uncertainty. To address these challenges, this resolution will provide for the extension of the Trump tax cuts, funds the largest mass deportation operation in U.S. history, and cuts at least $1.5 trillion in waste, fraud, and abuse from our federal budget. This is something that should receive bipartisan support. Our commitment.
Yeah, it should. If you literally can get rid of $1 trillion in waste, $1 trillion, that should bipartisan. Yeah, that should receive bipartisan support. That is 100%. That would be insane if we're not aligning on $100 trillion in waste. Just be able to stop us from wasting a trillion dollars. What are we doing? What are we doing?
The fiscal discipline is clear. Conservatives on the Budget Committee added a provision that incentivizes a total of $2 trillion in reductions. The American people are begging for Washington to unlock the Trump agenda, which this bill does. They gave us a mandate to save this country. I urge my colleagues to support this resolution, and I yield back my time.
Now, don't be blowing smoke. Don't be blowing smoke up our, you know what, because that would be absolutely amazing. Let's work together on something, guys. Let's stop the wasteful spending. Wouldn't that just be great? Wouldn't that make America great? Again, I'm playing. I'm done doing too much. Forget MAGA. Just care about everyone that's currently in the country right now. Let's work together, okay? Let's stop this wasteful spending on dumb things that we don't need or want. Yeah, I'm in full alignment with that. Thank you, Brandon Gill. Don't know you that much, don't know you that well, but appreciate that, because if we can keep some of that money, George, that would be great. All right. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to comment down your thoughts below. I want to know what you guys are thinking on this, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.